Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So for this video I'm going to be showing you how to make this really easy, beginner friendly back to school project. It is this cute lavender tote bag using a lavender stitch. So I hope you all enjoy this tutorial and let's get into it. So for this project I'm going to be using about 150 grams of double knit cream acrylic yarn, and then I'm also going to be using this khaki green colour, and I've got about probably 50 grams of this, but you probably only need about 25. And then I've just got a small amount of this cornflower purple blue colour, and this is going to be the lavender, and I've got about 25 to 50 grams of this, somewhere in between, but yeah, you'll probably only need about 25 grams. And today I'm going to be using a 3.5mm hook, and I've also got some scissors. Okay, so I'm going to be starting off with my main colour, which is the cream, and I'm going to make a slip knot. And then for the pattern of this lavender stitch, you're going to want to make a chain of an odd number plus 1 for the turning chain. And for the size of the bag that I want to make, I want it to be kind of like a larger tote bag, so I'm going to be making a chain of 57 plus 1 for the turning chain. But if you want to make a different size, then just make sure you chain an odd number plus 1 for the turning chain. Okay, so once you have your chain, you're going to want to be working into the back bumps for this first row. And the back bumps are the horizontal line directly behind the chain. So as you can see, all of these chains have their own individual V shapes. So when you flip the chain over to the back, you'll notice that they have these kind of ridges, bumps on the side, and these are the back bumps. So we're going to be inserting the hook into these back bumps. So we're going to be making double crochets for the first row, and we're going to be working into the second back bump from the hook. So I'm finding that second chain, so that's the first and that's the second, and then I'm going to flip the chain over so that I can get into that back bump, and I'm going to start my double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to insert my hook into that second back bump right there, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through. You should have 3 loops on the hook, and then you want to yarn over and pull through 2, these first 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops, like that. So that's your double crochet in the back bump, and we're going to be continuing that all the way across the row. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the next back bump, yarn over and pull through, 3 loops on the hook, then you're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2, and then yarn over and pull through the second 2, like that. Now I'm going to continue that all the way across the row until I get to that very last back bump. So I'm just literally completing 1 double crochet into each back bump all the way across. Okay, so I've just completed the first row, and then for row 2 you're just going to want to chain 1 and turn the work around. So now we're working across the back of the work, and we're going to be making a sequence of 1 double crochet and then chain 1, skip 1, and then we're going to start the process again, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1. So I'm starting off with my first double crochet in the first stitch of the row, and then I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to skip a stitch, and then I'm going to double crochet into the next stitch, and then I'm going to chain 1 again, skip a stitch, and double crochet into the next stitch, and then once again chain 1, skip a stitch, and then double crochet into the next stitch. And I'm just going to repeat that all the way across. Okay, so I've just done my last double crochet in that final stitch, and then after that you have completed the second row. And then for row 3 I'm going to chain 1 and turn the work, and I'm just going to be making 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way across, and into each chain as well I'll just make 1 single crochet. So I'm just going to insert my hook into that first stitch, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through both loops, and that's your single crochet. So now I'm going into the chain, so I'm pushing my hook through that V right at the top, and then underneath you should have that back bump underneath your hook. So push your hook through that V, and then make your single crochet, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. And then again into the next double crochet, just make your single crochet, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, then yarn over and pull through 2. And then into the chain, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, and yarn over and pull through 2. So I'm just going to complete that all the way across, so 1 single crochet into each stitch and each chain. Okay, so I've just finished my third row, and then for row 4 we are going to be chaining 1 and turning the work, and this time we are going to be adding our green colour into the pattern. So we're going to be doing a double crochet in our cream colour and then a double crochet in our green colour. We're going to be alternating between the two. So you're going to want to yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. And at this point you want to drop the work and pick up your green colour, and I've already made a slip knot on mine. You want to place the slip knot on the hook, and then you want to finish your double crochet with the green colour. So we're pulling the green slip knot through those 2 cream loops, like that. And now we've easily switched colour. So now I'm going to be making a double crochet in green into the next stitch, and I'm going to be repeating the same thing that I did for this cream stitch where I switch back to cream. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through the first 2, and this time I'm going to drop the green strand and pick up the cream, and I'm going to pull through the last 2 loops with my cream colour, like that. So it's important that when you're making your double crochets that you are crocheting over the opposite strand that you are using, so that you are able to pick it up for the next colour. So I'm now going to make my cream stitch, so I'm just going to yarn over, insert my hook into the stitch. Notice how I'm crocheting over the green strand so I can carry it across, and yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, drop the cream yarn, pick up the green, and then yarn over and pull through the 2 loops with the green. Into the next stitch, I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the stitch, crocheting over the cream yarn. I'm going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, drop the green and pick up the cream, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2. So I'm going to continue that all the way across, and you should be finishing on a cream stitch. So once you have done your last double crochet, you obviously don't need to switch colours, so you can just kind of weave that last green bit in for that last stitch. So I've just done the double crochet as normal, and then we don't need the green yarn yet for another few more rows, so I'm going to just cut that, and I'm going to weave that in into my work for the next row. And then for my next row I'm going to be adding the lavender colour, so you're going to want to take your lavender colour and make a slip knot so that it's ready. And for our next row, which is row 5, we're going to be chaining 1 and I'm turning the work around, and then I'm going to make a double crochet in the cream stitch as normal, so yarn over, into the hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Then I'm going to insert my hook into the next green stitch, so I'm just inserting my hook into it, and then I'm going to drop the cream yarn. I'm going to pick up my lavender colour and place it on the hook, and then I'm going to pull the slip knot through the green stitch and through this cream stitch. Just ignore the white tail for the minute. So pull the lavender through the green and through the cream as well. And that is a slip stitch, but we're kind of doing a slip stitch slash changing colour. So we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to be working in those back bumps just like we did for our first row. And I'm going to insert my hook into the second back bump from the hook, and then I'm going to make a slip stitch. So I'm going to yarn over and pull through, and then I'm going to pull the first loop through the second, like that. And then I'm going into the next back bump, insert my hook, and again slip stitch, so yarn over and pull through, and then pull the first loop through the second. And then repeat that once more for that final back bump. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, and then pull the first loop through the second. And then we're going to slip stitch into that green stitch. So I'm going to insert my hook into the green stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then pull the first loop through the second, like that. Then we're going to be switching back to cream, so I'm going to drop the purple yarn and pick up the cream, and I'm going to kind of make a chain 1 with the cream, just so I can switch back to it, and then just pull on the lavender colour to tighten that stitch. So now I'm going to be repeating that process again. I'm going to make a double crochet in my cream colour into the cream stitch, and again I'm carrying over the lavender colour because I need it for all of my green stitches here. So make your double crochet as normal, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the green stitch, drop the cream yarn and pick up the purple, and then I'm going to make a slip stitch with the purple yarn. So yarn over and pull through, and then pull through the first loop through the second, like that. I'll just pull on the cream to tighten it. And then we're going to do our lavender, so I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to slip stitch into the second back bump from the hook. And then I'm going to slip stitch into the third back bump, and lastly the fourth, like that. And then I'm going to slip stitch back into that green stitch, so I'm inserting my hook into that green stitch, and I'm going to make a slip stitch, like that. Now I'm going to switch back to cream, so I'm going to drop the purple yarn and pick up the cream, and I'm going to chain 1 with the cream. You'll just pull on the purple yarn to tighten that stitch. Now I'm going to repeat that process again. So I'm just going to complete this all the way across into each stitch, and then I'll come back and show you the next row. Okay, so I have reached the end of the row. So I finished on a cream double crochet, and once you have got to the end of the row, you can just cut the purple yarn and then weave it in on the next row. So for row 6, I'm going to just chain 1 and turn the work. And then for every cream stitch I will do a double crochet, and then where the lavender stitch is, you see this sort of top V stitch, and I'm going to make a single crochet in those stitches. So I'm going to start off with my double crochet. I'm just going to weave in this purple yarn as I go along. Okay, and then for the purple lavender stitch, I'm going to kind of grab that V stitch right at the top, right there. So I'm just going to insert my hook into that V stitch at the top of the lavender, and I'm going to make a single crochet. And then I've reached the cream stitch, so I'm going to make a double crochet into that cream stitch, like that. And then in the lavender, I'm going to insert my hook into that top V stitch there, make a single crochet through that stitch. And that is literally just the sequence for row 6. So I'm just going to do a double crochet in the cream stitches and a single crochet in the top of the lavender, so where that top V stitch is right there. Okay, so I've just finished my 6th row, and then for row 7 you're just going to want to chain 1 and turn the work, and you just want to make 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way across. So I'm just going to insert my hook into the first stitch, yarn over and pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2. And I'm just doing that in every single stitch, and I'm going to basically be doing alternating from the last single crochet row that I'm about to do. Then I'll do a double crochet row, then a single crochet row, and I'm just going to do that until I am ready to do the lavender stitch again, because I want to space them out. So I will let you know how many double crochet, single crochet alternating rows I do. Okay, so now I have completed the section where I wanted to separate the lavender stitch. So I ended up doing 8 rows in total after that final single crochet stitch. So I've done double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. So now I'm ready to start my next lot of lavender stitches, and I'm starting directly at row 4 of the lavender stitch that we did down here. So that was where we did the double crochets in cream and green, and then I will be continuing from row 4 to 7 from this point. So I'm skipping the first 3 rows because I don't need to do them. I've already got my row of single crochet that I've done. Okay, so now I can just go straight to row 4 and do the lavender row from 4 to 7, and then after that I'm going to do another set of 8 rows. So that is the double crochet, single crochet times 4, and then I will be repeating the lavender row again. So I'm going to continue that now, and then I'm going to come back when I've done that. Okay, so I've just completed the top of the panel. So I basically did another lavender row, and then my double crochet, single crochet alternating rows, and then I just did 1 more lavender stitch to kind of finish it off at the top. So I'm basically kind of mirroring what's at the bottom here at the top. And I finished on my single crochet row for the lavender row, and now I'm going to complete the kind of bottom part on the top. So my final 2 rows are going to be the double crochet mesh stitch and then just the row of double crochet. And I'm going to make a double crochet in the first stitch, and then I'm going to chain 1, skip a stitch and double crochet into the next stitch, and then chain 1, skip a stitch and double crochet into the next stitch. And I'm going to do that all the way across until I get to the end of the row. And then for the final row I'm going to chain 1 and turn the work and make double crochets all the way down the row, and then I will just chain 1 and fasten off. So I'm going to complete that now off camera, and then after you've done that you're going to want to make a second panel just like this, and then once you've done that I'm going to come back and show you how we attach the panels and then how we finish the work with 2 straps. Okay, so I've just finished both of my panels and I've fastened off, and now I'm just going to connect the panels together with single crochets, and I'm going to do this in my green colour. I'm going to start in the top right corner and go all the way down across the bottom, and then I'm going to stop at the top left corner. If you're right-handed you will be starting in the top left corner, working down across and then finish at the top right. So I'm going to just insert my hook into that kind of side stitch in the top corner, the same over here, and I'm just going to pull my slip knot through that stitch, and then I'm just going to chain 1 to attach it. I forgot to mention that I have got my panels on the neat side up, so all of the unneat sides, the messy sides, are going to be on the inside of the bag, because I wanted a nice neat line for the border. However, if you don't want kind of a border, you can use any colour you want and do it on the inside, and you will just kind of have little lines going down the side, but it won't be like an obvious like stripe. So I'm simply just going to make single crochets into each stitch, and I'm doing that through both panels. So I'm just kind of finding my next stitch of the side of the bag, and same sort of stitch on the back panel, and then I'm just going to make my single crochet through both, like that. And that's pretty much all I'm doing, all the way down the side of the bag, then across the bottom of the bag, and then back up. So I'm going to finish at the top left corner, and I'm just going to chain one and fasten off when I've completed that. Okay, so I'm now going to show you how to do the strap. So you're going to want to count from the edge of the top of the bag, from that very first stitch, about 15 stitches from the edge. So if you're right-handed, you want to count from the right side of the bag. Because I'm left-handed, I'm going to count from this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm going to insert my hook into that 15th stitch, and then I'm going to make a slip knot with my yarn, and I'm going to pull the slip knot through that stitch. And then I'm just going to chain one to attach it. So I want my bag strap width to be about 7 stitches, so I'm going to be single crocheting 7 stitches. So I'm going to do 1 single crochet in that same stitch, that's 1, and then I'm going to do 6 more. So once you have your first row completed, we are going to now be doing 50 rows of half double crochet. If you want to do more rows to make your bag strap longer, you can. And if you want to make the width wider, you can do more single crochets across. So you could do, 10 single crochets instead of 7. So for your second row, you just want to turn the work. We're not chaining one. And I'm going to make 1 half double crochet into each stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the first stitch, and yarn over and pull through. 3 loops on the hook, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And I'm going to continue that all the way across into each stitch. Okay, so that is my second row complete. So I'm going to just turn the work back to the front to complete my next row, and I will just make 1 half double crochet into each stitch all the way across. And I'm going to do that until I have 50 rows of half double crochet, and then I'm just going to simply sew the opposite side down. So I'm going to fasten off and leave a long tail, and then I will count 15 stitches from the edge, and then I will sew the other side of the bag strap to that point. Okay, so this is what it looks like when all of the straps are finished and the bag is now complete. If you want to make your bag stronger and prevent kind of stretching, then you could always line it with fabric. So you can just cut out the fabric size that is the size of the bag, and then you can flip your bag inside out and sew the fabric with just some embroidery thread to the bag on both sides to help keep it nice and sturdy. So this is what the final result is looking like. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have any suggestions of what you'd like me to make next, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.